I do want to start by welcoming everyone here. Thank you for being here in person and joining us on Zoom. You have arrived to the Logan Mason ROSC or Recovery Oriented Systems of Care monthly meeting. Again, we meet here the third Thursday of every month by Zoom always, and physically we transition from Mason City this month. We'll transition to Hope on Fifth in Lincoln next month, and then vice versa throughout the calendar year. Just to be able to help folks who are in Mason City, Mason County, and vice versa be able to come in person if folks would like to. So thank you for joining us again. So we're going to take a look at our agenda.
Well, how about we go through introductions and then go into the meetings.
That sounds great. And Grace, if you could help me, I'll make sure to introduce myself. But after that, if you could help me go online first, and then because I can't see that, and then we can go through who's in the room.
Yeah. So let's go with Nicole, Cami, and then Abby.
I'm not sure about Nicole, but I'll go ahead and go.
Yeah.
I'm Cami Garrison. I am the technical assistant serving Region 3.
Cami.
Hey everyone, I'm Abby Behrens and I work at Brightpoint in Bloomington, but servicing Logan County, and I'm excited to be here.
So glad you're here. And I have to pause because there is a little question I like to attach, right? One of the things that we believe in to really be able to collaborate is some relationship building. And sometimes that's just sharing a little bit about ourselves. And so if you can, I'm going to pause here, Cami and Abby. The question for today is, what do you hope for 2025? What do you hope for?
Well, I'm going to lose a bunch of weight and I'm going to save a bunch of money, but that's what I say every year. So if that doesn't happen, really where I'm at in my life right now, I'm in a very content and peaceful place. So my goal for this year is just to maintain that. I'm feeling great and I want to keep it that way.
I like that.
And if I lose weight and save money, that'd be cool too.
Love it. Abby, what are you hoping for this year?
Yeah, I don't do like New Year's resolutions or anything like that, but I like to do a word. Um, Mine's 2 words this year because it just worked out that way, but my word for the year was follow through. And that's going to be anything in my life, follow through with anything. So that's 2025 for me.
All right. I love that. All right, Grace, I'll let you take back over.
You're good. We'll do Bahia, Colin, and Deb. And Tyler, you can stop sharing for right now.
Okay.
All right. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bahia Kalila, Community Outreach Coordinator for statewide ROSC. This year, I think I'm hoping to do more traveling this year.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Colin Wett. I'm a community health specialist with Chestnut Health Systems on the Impact Youth Project for Logan and Mason County. And one thing I'm hoping for this, or a couple things I'm hoping for this year, just growth and opportunities, be able to save a little bit more money, and by physical goals, be able to complete three triathlons that I've been wanting to do for a little while. So yeah, 3 races by August.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
About it, sorry.
Sorry. I'm Deb Beckman. I'm with the statewide ROSC team as a recovery system specialist. I'm brand new, but if you guys have anything you need help with, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm learning as I go, but I'm willing to run things down. So if you need something, let me know. And what I'm looking forward to this year is I'm about to get a third grandchild. So I have 2 in Texas and 1 in Wisconsin, and here I am stuck in Illinois. So finding time to get to see them will be my goal. So thanks for having me today.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Deb. and Colin and Bahia and Abby and Cami. Nicole, if you can hear us, can you type in the chat your intro? But Bryson, Jolene, and then Lisa.
Cutting out, B.
My bad. Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Hopefully it doesn't cut out because of the reception here. But my name is Bryson McFadden. I am the outreach worker with Oxford House here in Central Illinois. I cover Sangamon, Logan, Macon, and Champaign County. But I travel all over the state like I am right now. I'm going up to Joliet. What was the icebreaker question?
What do you hope for this year?
What do I hope for?
Yep.
I'm not sure, but I do know what I look forward to. I look forward to well, last year was such a big year for me, and a lot of accomplishments and a lot of goals were met, and that was just in a 1 year span. Now I've been employed for about a year here in March with these guys, and well, I'm ready to see what this year brings.
That's right. Exciting. I'm glad you're here. And we do have a spot for you to give an update in a bit. So heads up on that.
So, hi, I'm Jolene Whistler. I work for Chestnut Health Systems, and I am a community health communication specialist working with the BASE grant or Grace blah, 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 BASE project. Sorry, couldn't get out of my mouth there. Let's see, for this year, so some of you may know, and if you've heard it before, I'm sorry, I don't want to bore you, but in June, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I had 2 surgeries and 20 rounds of radiation, which I just finished a few weeks ago. So I'm hoping this year and praying for good health for myself and good health for my family and friends and coworkers. Good health. That's my mantra.
Love it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa Latham. I am the AHEC coordinator for West Central Illinois AHEC. AHEC stands for Area Health Education Center, and our host site is Memorial Hospital in Carthage, Illinois. We cover 17 counties in the West Central region of Illinois, and so we promote health careers for high school and college students through hands-on activities. We go to the high schools and colleges and meet with our students. We also help process our clinical students that come through our hospital each semester, make sure that they're getting the hours they need for their programs. And then we also try to retain our current workforce and offer continuing ed for our current force that to help just retain them. So we're always looking forward to collaborating with our community partners in each of the 17 counties on any kind of project. So we're definitely a good resource for students or any of your clients that are pursuing a health career. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm excited to get to know you more.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
You.
Thanks for being here. Kristen, I know that you're working with IT, so if you want to throw your stuff in the chat. And then we have Carmen, Molly, and then Liam left along with me.
Well, I'll just introduce Kristen because she already messaged me saying she probably wouldn't be able to go. Kristen Davis is my program manager, and we both work for Family Guidance Centers. We are part of the Regional Substance Use Prevention Integration Center, and our aim is just to help fill gaps in substance use prevention in our 28 counties, and Logan County is one of those counties. And I don't know what Kristen's looking forward to, but I know for both of us, we do get to look forward to, we are going to the Agents of Change Summit conference in San Diego at the end of February. So I know we're excited to come back with any potential new information, new potential resources. And then I also get to go to Vegas twice. So looking forward to those trips too. So.
All right.
I love her background.
Thank you.
How'd she do that?
You can personalize it. We'll have to chat about that later.
Okay, sorry.
Hi, I'm Molly McCain. I'm the community health coordinator at Lincoln Memorial Hospital. What I'm looking or hoping for this year is just more rest and more moments of joy. I feel like 2024 was really chaotic, and a lot of change. So I'm looking forward to settling in a little bit this year.
Thank you, Ms. Molly.
Hello, everyone. My name is Liam Wheeler. I am the coordinator for the Central Illinois Continuum of Care. It is my job to coordinate across 11 counties to prevent and end homelessness through empowering what you are already doing in your communities. My hope for this year is to create a homeless response system in about 8 counties that don't currently have one, and to create myself sustainable workflow and expenditures. So
Love you're here. Thank you, Liam.
Okay.
Who are you?
I am Grace Irvin. I am a prevention coordinator here with Chestnut Health Systems, overseeing the Logan Mason ROSC, the Logan Mason Substance Use Prevention Grant, also a part of the Impacted Youth Project for Logan and Mason, and a part of the base grant as well. Things that I am looking, what do I hope for in 2025? I mean, I'll go with what Cammie said, lose a lot of weight and gain a lot of money. That'd be cool. But no, I think just, balancing work and, keeping up with things and looking forward to the surprises that 2025 is going to bring. And Nicole said that Jeanette, you can kind of introduce Nicole, but she says she's playing in the background and is currently very busy.
Okay, so Nicole is our folks at Trillium in Lincoln, Illinois. So that is affiliation of Carl Clinic, formerly Unity Point, formerly Tazwood. So
and Celebrate Recovery.
And Celebrate Recovery, that's right. Through at Open Arms, she represents. So okay. Who's in the room? Tyler, you want to?
Sure.
I know he likes to be behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm behind the scenes doing the tech stuff here. I'm Tyler Winger, prevention specialist at Chestnut Health Systems. I'm on the primary prevention side of things. I guess something that I'm really looking forward to or hoping for is a smooth transition into the classroom. So we're starting out with Midwest Central Middle School, and we just got Lincoln Junior High on the books too. So hoping that it goes well with the kids.
Absolutely. Yep. Love it. Thank you for your support. Too, I am Jeanette Davis. I know most of us know each other, but I am the community health specialist for recovery supports for the Logan Mason ROSC. And I truly, a lot of what everyone has said, I have a 3rd grandbaby coming the end of next month. I too hope for a transition. I hope for peaceful moments. And I hope that the collaboration that we are building continues to thrive, because I'm super excited of where we're headed this year. So
I'm Samantha Martini. I'm a person with lived experience, and I am also a community outreach specialist with Family Guidance Center in Springfield. And what I hope for this year is to be able to actually live my life instead of have to just survive and fight every single day. Last year was a struggle from the beginning of the year. So I'm just looking forward to making memories and living my life.
Thanks for being here.
New to the room, my name is Joe Meister. I'm the chief of police for the Lincoln Police Department. And just for a little background, the reason why I'm here is because my department is partnering with Logan Mason ROSC, as well as several other agencies, on a task deflection program to address mental health issues, substance use issues, and homelessness in my jurisdiction, Lincoln, Illinois. What I'm hopeful for is a peaceful and probably unrealistic, but uneventful 2025.
Me too, Chief. Me too. Thank you so much for being here. We value you and your time, sincerely, for everyone. So one thing we do want to make sure, those of us who are new to the table, those of us that have been here for a while need the reminding of what is a ROSC? What is it? ROSC is a coordinated network of community-based services and supports that is person-centered and builds on the strengths and resilience of individuals, families, and communities to experience recovery and improved health, wellness, and quality of life for those with or at risk of substance use and or mental health challenges. The central focus of a ROSC is to create an infrastructure or a systems of care with the resources to effectively address the full range of substance use and or mental health challenges within communities. So every time I read that, it is an absolute mouthful. There is so much that is in there. But in doing that, though, I get excited of what we've already accomplished thus far. And so we'll jump into how do we take this of what a ROSC is and how do we find our personal mission, right, as a Logan Mason ROSC. And so we have all landed on the fact that improving access to health, wellness, and holistic recovery options for people who are at risk of or suffering from substance use disorder, while educating and connecting Logan and Mason counties to reduce stigma and improve recovery outcomes. So again, we are charged with a lot here. However, we feel strongly that the folks at this table, the folks who have been participating, and those we continuously are inviting to the table are what's going to accomplish this mission as a whole. One of the things, if you have been with us for a while, I like to start our time with a thought to ponder, a quote, something to hopefully inspire us. And I will tell you that this is one of my personal life mantras, I guess, that was imparted to me several years ago. And so I leave this with us. I am only one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do. It starts with us. Right? Where we know we have issues, our community, we have things to do, but we all have strengths and abilities to be able to chip away in some capacity at what's happening in our communities. And so just want to hope to inspire that in us, that there is the little something we can do, and let's choose to do that together, right? We're going to go just through some of the kind of basic things you all know, or if you don't know, the ROSC is the one that puts these meetings together. These are all of our local peer-led recovery groups that meet. This list needs to desperately be updated. We have some changes, and so I did want to open it up to the room now. If anyone is aware of any changes that have happened in any of these meetings, if you could let us know that, either through the chat, or just shout out. We will print those out hopefully by the beginning of next month. We will have those new lists distributed throughout the community. If you would like to have these lists, either flyer size or business size cards, I'm happy to drop them off to you, mail them to you, figure out how we can get them to you. And we can also share them digitally as well, if that's helpful to you or your organization. One thing we do want to highlight is our Smart Recovery meeting has moved. We were meeting at the Lincoln Memorial Hospital, was gracious enough to house us there for multiple months. But we have made the transition on to Hope on Fifth. Smart Recovery is an evidence-based approach to recovery, and it is to cover any and all topics, not just substance. It is anything that could prevent you from living a self-fulfilled life. And so we meet Fridays from noon to 1:30. We are meeting tomorrow. Our meeting will be cut just a little bit short because we do have another event that's happening tomorrow, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Another thing that has been brought to us, that a new 12-step guide for women in recovery meeting has just started. This is a women's only meeting. They will be having their meetings Sundays from 1 to 3:30. They will be at Hope on Fifth on the first floor there. So that's exciting. There's a brand new meeting that just started this Sunday. And be looking out for that. We will help to get some more promotional materials and whatnot, so we can get that out and about. Also, our odds and ends peer recovery support group that meets in Havana. This group has been very unique in the sense that when the seasons change, they kind of move locations on where they meet. So when the weather is good, they meet at the riverfront, and that's something that they do. And then since it's gotten cold, they meet in the Havana Hardee's. So we want to make sure that that information is updated and folks can continue to find that meeting in Mason County, and specifically it's in Havana. Our harm reduction resources. It's important that all of you are aware, right? Harm reduction is an effort into which we can create any reduction in harm, right? From folks who may be struggling. And so we do have 4 different locations in Logan County currently at the Family Custom Cleaners. There is a 24-hour vending machine there that has naloxone, xylazine, benzo, and fentanyl testing strips. Testing strips are very important. In harm reduction, it brings an awareness of what someone is using, and they can use smarter, if you'd like, not by themselves, or at least modify how they use by using these tools. Also at Logan County Health Department, Mount Pulaski Library, there's a side door where there's 24-hour access, and those resources are available. Our Logan County Courthouse, and also at the Logan County Jail, there are those resources available. Mason County, also Havana Public Library, the Mason County Health Department, and as well as the Valley Public Library in Manitou. So we definitely are excited the fact that these resources are available, especially in our smaller communities. If your organization is willing to have that conversation, maybe you need more information, maybe you need a bit more education. Maybe there's somewhere in your area that you frequent that there may be a business owner or someone that would be interested in having the conversation about having these available. Please don't hesitate to reach out, and we can help facilitate those conversations. All right, so we are going to get into our recovery community survey for 2025. The first thing I want to say is you guys are rock stars, okay? We have been talking about this, working together on this. And Grace, do you have a number even right now? How many?
I just accidentally muted you, my bad, because I was trying to unmute myself. I think it was 168 the last time that I checked. Also, Tyler, you should probably unmute because I accidentally muted you and I didn't mean to.
So that's incredible. So, and we really have not even pushed this quite yet. We've done some email send outs, and then we have amazing people who continue to push that out in other ways, whether it be their own email forwarding, whether it be sending it to our city council and bringing it up, and the chief did that on our behalf, and asked for their participation as well. So we're just stoked of how many numbers, because we still have some events and things that we want to get to. Conversations last night, I was able to join First Presbyterian Church in their what's called Kirk Night, or their kind of Bible study night. And we had the discussion over the survey and some candid conversation about what's going on in our communities. And the question that was posed is, how does your faith community want to respond to the mental health and substance use disorder challenges that we're having in our community? So it wasn't about, do you want to get involved, but how? And creating, we had some education, and it was a great time, but there was 18 folks that contributed in filling out a survey even just last night. So these are so important. I know people, we hear these surveys, understand that this information drives how we move. We are not in the business of coming into the community to tell anyone what we think you need. This has to be a partner and a collaboration effort. And so these voices, one thing that I did make sure to include as I was sending emails out and even to our press release, that I'm inviting people to not just share it and pass it on to their professional networks and circle of influence, but to their personal. That I think that we really want to hear from folks, whether that be a realization of the lack of education or just not having a clue. We heard some of that last night, some confessions of I had no idea, to the gaps in places and where you could help us decide what topics the community needs educated on. And so we can't do these type of things without you. The truth is too that I need some help continuously getting these out. We do want to get these in front of Grace. Remind me of the targeted number that we landed on.
I think it was man, I think it was 200. And so I lied. I just looked it up. It's 187. But we want, more specifically, we want a better split of Logan and Mason County. So right now, we kind of want like a 65% Logan County, 35% Mason County. And so right now, it's like 86% Logan and 13 or so. Yeah, 14%. We can definitely share the link so that you can. Oh, do you want to see the full survey or do you want to take the survey?
No. What do you mean? Take it not now, take it no.
No, to send it to an email distribution list.
Oh.
Yes, we can do that.
Yeah, I'd love a link. Thanks.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the truth is that we do need help getting this out and in front of more folks. And so we do plan on doing some paper, out and about. We're going to be, we have, especially for Logan County, we have a huge meaty list. But the work that we put in here is going to pay off in the data that we collect. And so that's the hope. But if you are available, if you have maybe even a group that are looking for volunteer opportunities, that type of thing, this is a great way for folks to be able to jump in and help get this distributed out through the community. So what we're doing is that we have put together, I say we, Grace has put together our flyer that has our QR code up front, and then on the inside there's paper options for folks who don't like to use the QR code that we'll be leaving, for instance, at the DHS office and at the health department and at different places, and not just for the clients there, but also for the employees there. And for, there's something, if you guys, know me long enough, I'll say we want to hear from those in the recovery community, but we also want to hear those serving the recovery community. We want to hear those incarcerated or, in custody, and those who are supervising those, that round, just a wide range of experience, understanding, and identifying our gaps, our strengths. And that is what we hope for. We hope to use this not to beat down, and we really believe in a model of strength-based approach. We want to find out what our strengths are, and by identifying where our challenges or our gaps are, that only allows us opportunity to grow up there and strengthen there. Grace, what else do you want to say about the survey?
Yeah, so we just wanted to kind of give you guys an update from the results. So this was not from the 187 results that we had, because I stole it. It was only 184 at the time. But this is just kind of where one of our first questions is, we are trying, because we're doing our stigma reduction campaign, and we'll kind of talk a little bit more about that. But part of the survey is to see if what we're doing is good or not. So clearly people are not seeing our things, right? 80% of people, like, so some people are, right? So images 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all on social media. And then 5 and 6 are also on social media, but they also are posted up, and number 6 possibly isn't. Which at the time when we did it, it was more of like, we're just trying to see if you're just checking a box. As you know, see if, yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say there. Anyways, so we are just wanting to see where that's happening, right? And so this is also solidifying the fact that we do need your help, right? So we are seeing that no one is seeing our things, right? So it's also backing that up. But this is where people are seeing it, right? So like 19 people saw things on social media. Things were hung up at a gas station, community boards. These are the different places that like we actually do post at. So it is interesting to see because we do, but maybe not everyone goes to these places. So maybe there's things that we aren't seeing. And then I didn't actually pull the 6 responses for the other yet, but so if there's places that are on this list and that you're not seeing, and we can definitely send out our full distribution of where we go. Maybe there's places on there that we aren't hitting that we just like don't know. And so like that's why we're asking for your help. But what is nice, whether you're not seeing it, people do think it's believable. So that's exciting. So that, what it really is helping drive what we're doing home, right? Even if you're neutral, that's cool. Like, it's whatever. But I will take the 95 people that say it is believable as a good thing because we've worked really hard on this stigma reduction campaign. So seeing that, even if you've not seen it, but they at least took the time to look at it to, recognize if it is believable or not, which is really nice. And then another part, which is really driving home why we're doing what we're doing, is people do see that there is stigma about people who have a substance use disorder in the community. So strongly agree to agree is, that's why this, that is, it is really, I don't know the words to try to say, but it's definitely backing up what we're doing. And that, data helps with that. But to talk more about our stigma reduction campaign, so these are the 3 posters that we've done. So we're in month 3 of launching it, which is kind of crazy to think that we are in month 3 of this. But so our first month we did that poster on the right, or that's not the right, that is the left. I can't tell my left and right. It's okay. But on social media, we broke down each of those words. So instead of addict, junkie, person with substance use disorder, or person with an alcohol use disorder, person being in remission, all those things. So we broke down each of those in social media posts, just so you could kind of get like a deeper glance of what each of those are. But around the communities, we posted up that poster. And then the next thing is we kind of wanted to bring out statistics, right? Because a lot of people, if they see numbers, it's easier to understand and to believe what is, the true representation of things, especially when we're trying to reframe everyone's view about different things. So 23.5 million, right? That's a big number. So like 10% of Americans aged 18 and older are in recovery from substance use disorder. So that is the 23.5 million people. 74%, right? 38.8 million. So those are the 3 big numbers that we really focused on to kind of give a different perspective about things, and a more positive light as well, instead of focusing so much on the negativity. And then month 3 this month is we're definitely trying to reframe that mindset of embracing your worth, right? I have confidence, strength, integrity, ambition, freedom, honesty, purpose, dreams, love, hope. So be kind to yourself. Recovery is possible, and setbacks are a natural part of that journey. Treat yourself with the same understanding and patience you would offer to a loved one, right? So that's why that picture is of someone looking in the mirror, but also looking in the mirror and recognizing that you do have worth and you have all of those words, even though if someone who is struggling with this, that those things still are a part of them. and you should still look in the mirror and see the person you are, but recovery is possible, but it also is possible when you have people behind you and you have resources to help you, which is why I feel that the ROSC is a big part of that, because if you don't have that backing, then, it's hard to continue on. And I will stop talking. Is that good, Jeanette? Did I do good?
No, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. This is also important in everything that Grace said as far as kind of the breaking down, but being a part of this, getting involved, sharing. You are one of my examples, Chief, and you're in the room. And so I'm going to use you because we spent some time a couple months back, and we're going to be talking about this next, but doing some planning on a topic we'll talk next, like I said. But anyway, we were in the beginning, first month of us starting this campaign, and we had the reframing recovery, the one word at a time, the words matter. And so I took it and I shared it with the group, and Chief was a part of that group. And the next day we were having a conversation, and the word relapse came, and you absolutely tickled and blessed me all at the same time, where he paused and rerouted and used the word reoccurrence. Which is the word that we're encouraging, right, versus relapse. And so that's how it happened, right? Just the little moments that we can plug those things in and share those ideas and then have space to practice it, right, and use those words. And so I have encouraged folks to not just put it in their spaces and places where clients or folks are, but also in your break rooms where your staff is having lunch, in your restrooms, where people have a moment to privately read and take in the information, because we never know, y'all, who is secretly suffering. We just don't know. And so we never know how this type of information can impact. So again, we do need your help with this. If there is any interest that you have, if there's a location that you think, man, you ought to get this here or talk to these folks, please let us know, because we want to do that. And we know that you have a lot of great ideas we may be missing. So please feel free to share that with us.
Before we continue on, though, if there is, from that small list that you guys saw on the screen, is there anyone that is like, oh, there's a spot that you guys aren't thinking of? Is there anything, because we do have time, we can talk about this, that you think that would be a good spot? Or is there anyone who would be willing to help post things up for us?
Can you put that back up so we can see?
I sure can.
Thanks.
Thank
sorry.
You. No. I appreciate the visual, because that's me. I'm the visual person.
That's why you have to see the people when you're talking to them.
I do, yes.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
I have a question. So I might be wrong, but this is something that you're doing with Ford County?
Correct.
Yes.
That's not wrong. That's correct.
Yes. Okay. So are you wanting these things posted in other counties too, or is your emphasis Logan, Mason, and Ford?
I think, go ahead.
No,
I think at this time it is Logan, Mason, and Ford, because we are testing it to see how it goes. And then it would be something that we would then expand to other counties.
Okay, got it.
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh, I was just going to say, but if it should reach somewhere, let it reach.
Mm-hmm.
If it's reaching, where it's not that we have exclusive, but I don't know that we are taking intentional effort at this point. Does that make sense? Outside of those counts.
Yeah, I just was asking because I was like, oh, of course I could get copies of these from Grace and post them around the office, but then I'm like, well, I serve Logan and Ford County, but my office space is in Bloomington, so that was really why I was asking. So that was all.
I would love it. I would say in that regard, in that context, just having access and space, and the willingness, that's me, Grace. I don't know if I'm overstepping, but that's, I think those are neat ways in which we can share, even outside of necessarily just because your office is there.
Okay, great.
I have a question, Grace. So what you're wanting, just this slide, you're wanting to know if we have any other ideas for where they could be, the materials could be?
Yeah.
Okay. What about, excuse me, what about like a Chamber of Commerce building or a city building? Or are you trying to avoid that?
Nope, we do have city, our City Hall building. We plan to take some in the front area. As Chamber of Commerce, we don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Oh, good.
What about churches or?
Absolutely. We did a separate, email distribution to, churches.
And let's see, what about post office?
Yep, that's on the list too.
It is?
Maybe not on that list. So, okay, so you're seeing a smaller list. Yeah. But that's a good one, Jolene. Yes, post office.
That's all I had.
Thank you so much. And again, if you guys think of places where maybe that you need them, I know that some agency organizations don't have the capacity to print them. We're not asking that of you. We were happy to print them off and bring them to you. So any way that we can get that out though. So this is important, February 10th at midnight. That is our kind of cutoff. And so at the end of the survey, people can put their information in for a chance to win a gift card. But that is the closing down. That February 10th is where we're going to close that survey. So just so you all have that date and information.
I have a question about the survey. Do they have to be a Logan Mason resident?
Yes. Okay. Resident. So you either live or work, right, Grace? Live or work. Logan Mason. Live or work, because you have some, connection with the community. Yeah. But one more thing I do want to mention about our survey. Our survey is going out in partner with every ROSC in the state of Illinois. There are 10 questions on our survey and every survey that has gone out that are the same. The others are customized by whatever we're going on in our communities. And so that's how they differ. But just so know that data is even going to a greater picture of collection or data that we're collecting. So wanted to make sure I'll have that information. Any other questions about the survey? I swear this is the fastest hour of my entire month. Just goes like water. It goes so fast.
Does anyone have any questions about the stigma reduction campaign? Oh, break rooms. Thank you. For those who don't know, break rooms at manufacturing companies would be a good location for that as well.
Absolutely, like Eaton and Box Factory and different things like that is definitely on our radar to see if they're willing to do both the survey and of course the posters for the anti-stigma as well. So
you might also consider break rooms at like a Walmart or a Lowe's or something like that.
I dig it, Jolene. I dig it. Good stuff. And if some bright idea comes to you at 3 o'clock in the morning, don't call me, just email me. Let us know. All right, so we are going to go ahead and move forward and talk about the deflection program action planning that is coming up. It is very important to me and to this initiative that you all are aware and understand that this effort is going to be a very community involved requirement for us to be as successful as possible. We are learning about the deflection program. There are several deflection programs that are already up and running across our state, but we have met for our first action planning. We had a 3-day planning event, and I can say to you that, I mean, we went over a whole lot. And would you mind, Chief, just because you're here, would you mind chiming in, just maybe a little something you'd like to share to encourage those who may not have been there to get them here?
Yeah, it was a great experience, and I look forward to the next 3-day session here at the end of the month. Seeing how invested all of the agencies who are represented there were in doing something to address the problem. We may not reach all of our goals right away, but I think that I saw a lot of hope grow during that meeting, especially at the end of the 3 days, that we will see at least a certain measure of success in addressing the problems that we face. So I'm excited to continue and to accomplish our goals. Some of those goals are to reduce stigma. Obviously, that's a big subject here. To increase law enforcement buy-in and deflection programs. And I can assure you that my agency will be at the forefront of that buy-in. And then help me out. There were some other ones, it was like 5 off the top.
I know.
Increase the availability of recovery meetings and resources in both the Logan and Mason areas, and Menard County is also coupled in with us as well. So
yeah. So yes, this will not, cannot, won't not ever happen in any community without the buy-in of our law enforcement. And so in your face, when you're not here, anytime you can hear it, your participation, the declaration you just made on behalf of your department, and the willingness that you've come in to be a part of this is huge. And it will only increase, right? We talked about being able to talk each other's language, right? And so the more you understand and be able to go, we are partnering with Logan, Mason, and Menard County. And so we are looking forward to January 28th through the 30th is when we'll be getting together for our second action planning. We do anticipate to see a couple more law enforcement from those communities join us as well. But we need it from every area: schools, mental health agencies, service agencies, from your Salvation Armies to your community actions to all the above. So we just want to again make sure you are aware that this is happening. For just a quick deflection is an effort to go further upstream to help folks who have never been justice impacted to stay that way as far as a record, right? It is creating space and opportunity for people to get resources to prevent that from being something that follows them for the rest of their life. With that, there would be a deflection supervisor and 4 deflection specialists that would be in charge of pretty aggressive outreach and helping to push that initiative forward. So that's just a little snapshot of kind of what it would look like if it even sounds at all like something that you're interested in or want to know more about. You can reach out by email too. I did forward the email again out to our distribution list as the invite. But this is really important stuff. This is the type of things, y'all, that is going to change what's happening in our communities in a very real and positive way. But again, it can only be as successful as as the effort that we put in it in a collaborative way. So want to make sure y'all knew about that. Any questions about that? Okay. Next was I don't know if it's the same title.
I think Grace
Grace.
is.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
So here we have. Oh, my little thing is gone. I did put in. So Family Guidance Center. We do have you online, but we also have you in the house. And Samantha has come to share one of the things that we know folks struggle with is when they're ready to get treatment, when we want help, and we decide that we want or need help. That window is very, very small. And one of the most difficult things is being able to have a number to call and be able to get someone into treatment without the waiting list and the rigmarole. And so Samantha has come to share maybe a pathway to help us do that.
So we have a couple different programs, but most importantly, what we have is immediate access to care. You would just contact us. We would need some of their, personal information. We would send it in, and then we have hopefully within the same day, if not within 24 hours, able to get them into treatment. We have the treatment part of it, and then we also have a stabilization and transition services, short-term stay for short. And we will house people for up to 5 days. They have to be able to pass a breathalyzer, and it is not detox services. So, that they do not have to have substance use disorder. They don't have to struggle with mental health if they just need a warm place to go. They will house them for up to 5 days. There is case management there. They'll do their best to try and work with them to get into next steps, where they can go from there. They can also transition from the STS into the 28-day treatment, which is the 3.5. And then we also have a 3.1, which is transitioning from the 28-day treatment into like next step. They'll get a little bit more freedom. They can, go on a pass or things of that nature. And they just work with them to, take steps into being able to go into a recovery home or, finding placement wherever is needed. So I was gonna say something, I lost my train of thought. But we have those two, and then we also have MAR program. So we have MAR Now, which is Medicaid Assisted Recovery Now. And that helps with bupropion Suboxone and methadone as well, and then Vivitrol on some occasions. And that also is like immediate. The MAR Now, we would make a phone call, and they would do an assessment over the phone with a physician, and then they would have their medication sent to the closest pharmacy. They could go and pick that up. Now, it does come along with counseling. They have an appointment that they'll have to get into to, it's not just medication and nothing, it comes, we have counseling and things of that nature. But we do support them, sometimes we say we want to stop and then reoccurrence happens and reoccurrence happens and reoccurrence happens. And the difference is that we don't give up on them when the reoccurrence does happen. We support them. So, and then we also have our, we call it the M van. So we go out to different organizations, we take our van, and then we offer the MAR Now, and then also the the methadone. So we deliver medication, and then my supervisor would be able to tell you a little bit more about the MAR van. I just get in it and go to where he tells me to go to, and then when people show up, I help them with services. But he would be, the one to talk to about getting that set up. Like we go to, we can go to a health department or outside of a jail or some facility, an outpatient facility, and we'll sit there for a couple hours. And if they have anybody that is interested in, the medication assisted recovery, then we would help them take their next steps into getting that. And again, it's immediate access. We try within, 24 to 48 hours to get the medication to them. And it's a really good program. A lot of different resources, and I really think that Logan and Mason could benefit from these programs. I know, having lived experience myself, I would say I wanted treatment, right? And then a couple hours would pass and I wouldn't want it in. And it just, when we say we want it, we have a short window to, okay, come on, let's help you. And, we don't really have that around here anywhere, that I know of anyway. So, it is a beautiful thing. I can give you guys my email, my phone number, and also my supervisor's information. And I have flyers, and all you have to do is give us a call and we will do what we can to, take steps into helping.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I mean, I think this is all important, because we never know when someone is going to approach us, when someone comes in our life, when someone crosses our path. I want you to know this information, right? That we have someone. We also have Naomi from Gateway, who is one of our partners, whom if there's, we have some direct access, but we want you to know our information, our numbers. So that's why I wanted to have Samantha share, because the STS program, I was just learning about that last month for the first time. That's a big deal. 5 days to be able to have somewhere warm, safe, and, for someone to be eligible for without any other kind of, criteria other than being able to blow clean is a big deal. So we want to make sure you guys are aware of these type of resources that are available. And we will make sure, I know that for time, we're already at 3. And I respect your time very much. We didn't get to start until a few minutes behind. We do have a few things, but I do understand and respect your time. If you need to hop off, I want to acknowledge you. But we're going to continue and push through these next few things, because I think these are important updates as well. And if you can stay here, if not, we'll make sure you get the minutes and we'll include that information.
I left one really important. We
Yeah.
need help with transportation as well.
Awesome.
So that's really big.
Yeah. That's a ginormous.
It's huge.
Did Grace have to go? Did everyone go?
No. We all here. It was just one person. We're all here. You were like, I abandoned you. I have the PowerPoint up.
Okay, I just went from that to, okay, sorry.
You're good.
I just said needed in my heart. Yeah. No, but
Bryson is still here though, so this
good.
is his
But
live.
this good thing, Bryson, if you could give us, we have an Oxford House update. Let's hear it, brother.
Hi everyone. As you guys know, I'm with Oxford House Sober Living Recovery Homes here in Central Illinois, and I have been so busy lately. Not only have I just opened another women's house in Springfield, but I have the keys to a men's house as well that will be opening here over the next couple of weeks. So if anybody knows anybody that's in treatment, or even just anybody that's trying to stay in recovery, and do the thing, we offer very supportive and stable housing for individuals who just want to stay clean, who want to change their lives. These are really nice homes and really nice areas of town. And 9 times out of 10, it's a different way of life than a lot of us are used to living in our active addiction. So, I mean, we have a website. If anybody knows anybody that needs housing, it's very affordable too, might I add. Feel free to go to our website. It's oxfordvacancies.com, or feel free to reach out to anyone they can send you my way.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I would pay a little more attention, but I'm driving. But yeah, that's mainly what I got.
No, we appreciate you. The fact we have one men's 7 men Oxford House in Lincoln. Of course, we all of us that are already here know that we can benefit from a women's house and perhaps another men's house. But until then, we want to make sure you all are aware of the new houses close near us, and that is in Springfield. So another woman's house is opened up in Springfield, and he just got the brand new keys to a men's home. How many men in the new house?
It's going to be 10 men house.
Okay. All right.
And might I add, it has a basketball court in the backyard. I'm just saying.
Wait a minute. If you ever want to see an amazing house, you need to go see where Bryson is in Decatur. That's their 100th Oxford house. And that's the mansion. Legit. Legit. It's amazing.
Like if you can imagine like a house in like a really nice area in like Arizona or like Southern California,
Yes.
Imagine someone picking that house up from there and dropping it in the middle of the Midwest. That's what it is. It's
Yep.
beautiful.
Amazing. It's incredible. And so that why do we do that? We do that because we want to find hope and purpose and not feel like, you know, everywhere around us is an ugly place to live and be. And so Oxford House model is very intentional about going into communities that are established and to be able to give folks a hope and an opportunity that may not have had before. Real quick, last thing, Recovery and Action Subcommittee. Look, this is where we meet the second Tuesday of every month. This is where we talk about real planning events, what type of education, creative ways we can bring education, what is exactly the education we want to bring to communities. This is the time that we talk and have those discussions. These are for the folks whom, as I visited yesterday and shared about what we're doing in the church group, and they're looking for ways to give back. This is an opportunity. Again, we meet the second Tuesday of every month at 4:30 to 6 at Hope on Fifth. That's where we meet. So, you know, I have to say it all the time. I'm full of good ideas. I'm full of a whole lot of ideas. Some good, some, but it's not the Jeanette show. You know, I have the desire, the want, I'm here for it. But the truth of the matter is that it has to be an us and a we. And so, you know, it's been kind of a little momentum. We'll get a little bit and then it kind of pumps the brakes. You know, I was so psyched for this meeting this week on Tuesday. And I know life happens and we had some commitments and then there was two of us. Well, three. Liam was joining us as well. So, you know, it happens, but any with the ways, ideas, things, maybe it's a time change. Maybe it's, I don't know, but I'm open to it. I'm here for it. If you have any suggestions on how we can get more people involved in the actual planning and this is where really the hands and feet of the action steps that we take are planned out. You know, so want to make sure you're aware our next meeting is February the 11th. And again, it's in Lincoln at Hope on Fifth upstairs. Any questions about that? Anyone?
No, but can I add something to it?
Yes, you can.
So, the Recovery in Action, it's a very, very important part of the ROSC and these communities, because that's where we get to figure out what it is that everybody that's a part of ROSC and a part of recovery and in the communities wants to do and how they want to continue to recover out loud is what we say. You know, it's very important that we keep an open mind and we open the table to any and all suggestions, you know, because I know all I wanted to do was be heard in my addiction. So, I mean, giving people a chance and opportunity to be heard and kind of plan something and make them feel a part of goes a very long way.
Thank you for saying that. And, you know, this is a group for the allies, the family members. Maybe you have, you know, I was talking with a mama that's struggling with her own child and can't get through, but is looking for somewhere to give. We want you. We need, you know, we have a place for you. And so we want to just make sure that y'all are aware of that. Also, I would encourage, perhaps you are part of an organization, a business, a corporation that honors public service or, you know, community service. Please join us. Come and get that credit and be able to pour into what we're doing here. Maybe what you do all day, the title that you wear is not the talent you want to bring to the table. Maybe you love to art. You know, it gets you going. Let's use that. You know, we want to use your passions, your talents, the things that get you going, not the thing that makes you feel like you have to do one more thing. But I will tell you that there's a body of people who need mentorship, need people to spend any amount of time to deposit and impart information, you know, skills, ideas that no one maybe have taken the time to do so. And so this is the Recovery in Action time when we meet is a great way to contribute. Maybe you can't join us during that time. That doesn't mean you can't share your ideas with us. I'm happy to meet with you solo. I'm happy to schedule a separate time, an email, over coffee, whatever we got to do to make it happen. But just know that we're here for it. And we want to be as flexible as we can, which also includes, please share with us how we can support you. what can we be doing to help support your agency? Perhaps you have an initiative, maybe you need some volunteers, maybe you know, something, and how can we partner with you? Because that is really how this thing works, is reciprocation of service and support one another. Our next ROSC meeting is Thursday, February 20th, again at 2 p.m. Via Zoom, and we will be physically at Hope on Fifth in Lincoln upstairs. Please help us by sharing our social media, joining us on our YouTube page. That really does help spread the word. Our last slide has our contact information, just in case you don't have it. We will make sure that you get this out. Look, last month, I'm going to be so transparent. The minutes didn't go out. I don't know where this week of the 14th and 16th, or the second Tuesday and third Thursday landing in the same week kind of got me off. But I will include last month's minutes along with this month's minutes, all of the information that Samantha had shared here. All of the digital copies of all the information we went over here will be a part of that emailing too. So if there are no other questions, thank you for being a part. Again, I am very aware you can choose to be anywhere. Thank you for taking the time to share your gifts and talents with us.